What's up, everybody out there? Welcome to episode 62 of the PlayStation Report. I am Frank, alongside, as always, Tyler, my beautiful boy, my little boy. I love him.
It's me.
Yeah, that's you. How you doing, girl?
I'm okay. It's been a week. How about you?
Dude, it's been a roller coaster of a week, man.
Really has
Shit
been.
happening, man.
Yep.
R.I.P. Chris Cornell.
Yes. Yeah. That makes me very sad. Chris Cornell, Soundgarden audio slave.
And
Committed
Temple of the
suicide.
Dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Turns out he hung himself.
Yeah, that's grim.
Yeah. Very grim.
Starting you off right at the top this week.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, all those grunge bands from the early 90s were some of the earliest bands that I got into in terms of music. And almost all the original singers are dead in a lot of those bands.
Yeah.
Either from drug overdose or suicide.
Yeah. It was a time, man. It was a time that they were in, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Let's move on from that, Tyler. Let's get back into let's actually talk about a little bit of positive news on my side here.
Let's talk about some things to distract us from not great things in life.
I got a free pair of pants just from bitching on... Well, not even bitching on Twitter, just sharing something that happened on Twitter.
I saw that tweet like a couple days after or whatever. I can't believe that actually... So they actually gave you a free pair of pants.
Yeah, it's coming next week.
They followed up.
Yep.
Let's
get. I'll give you all the story here. So I tweeted, I think it was like Tuesday or something. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I tweeted, I spilled coffee on my pants, which is the truth. I spilled coffee on my pants, and I decided to tweet that. And then later that day, at 4:20 local time, they reply tweet me this random pants company, Hagar. I've never heard their brand said, but they tweet at me and they're like, "Yo, sucks that you spilled coffee. DM us and we'll get you a free pair of pants." So I look into... All right, first, before I even jump into those DMs, I look at the Twitter account. I look at their site. They seem legit, so I DM'd them. They gave me a coupon code. I went and got myself a free pair of dress pants coming in next week.
Wow. You know, life just really doesn't make sense sometimes, and that is one of those moments where it really, really doesn't make sense. I don't even know how they found you, because it's not like you didn't use a hashtag or anything.
No, I didn't use a hashtag or anything. I wrote the sentence, "I spilled coffee on my pants," and tweeted it.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. That is really, really good. Maybe you should just tweet about things like that more often.
I should. People ask me why I tweet, and that's a good reason to tweet, because even if there's a little chance out there that you might get something, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I want to make it clear, I don't enter giveaways or shit. I don't fucking go out there and enter sweepstakes and shit and share that shit on social media or any of that. I just happened to get lucky this week.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder if they do that often.
And if
so, is that a smart business move? To always give away your pants. I don't know. Maybe their hope is that next time you need pants, you'll come back to them because they were so nice.
They look like nice pants.
Yeah.
We'll see when they come in next week. Hopefully, they're good, legit pants.
Yeah.
I need to up my pants game. I only really have jeans and a pair of golf pants.
I have all kinds of pants. I need pants. Need those dress pants. I have nice jeans.
Oh, I do have some cargo pants, like some like combat like pants like that, made out of some super durable material. I have some of those, but I usually wear those in a little costume I usually wear around when I want to go incognito.
Got you. Pants can be all right.
I like pants.
Yeah. And there's times where, when you don't have your pants on, it's like the most relieving feeling in the world.
Yeah, it is. It is relieving, but I prefer if I'm out in public to be wearing pants.
Yeah, most people do, for sure. There's some people that don't give a shit.
I mean, there are some people who wear very little.
Yeah. Yes. And some of those people that wear very little should not be wearing very little.
Yes, their body shape
the
is
world.
not necessarily the kind of shape I want to see when I'm walking on the street.
I agree.
Or driving in the city. It's just nope. Nope.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Well, it's enough about my week. Anything notable for you? You went to that concert, that Metallica concert. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I went and saw Metallica and Volbeat in Philly at the Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia Eagles Stadium. I've never been there before, but what a monstrosity of a fucking place. Like, my God, I'm pretty sure we probably walked a collective 3 or 4 miles until we got to our seats, between walking a good distance from our parking lot to the venue and then up and down like 40,000 sets of stairs and ramps. Anyways, Avenged Sevenfold was going to play too, but I guess having a baby is an important thing to some people.
I can imagine.
So their guitar player, who is a very important part, their lead guitar player, Sinister Gates, they call him, is a very important part to the band. So his wife went into labor like earlier than expected. So he flew home, so they didn't play. So it's just Metallica and Volbeat. But I mean, I was there for Metallica anyways. But I mean, it was great. There was a DJ there. His name was Mixmaster Mike. And I felt so bad for the guy because there's tens of thousands of people there. It's a football stadium, and there was not one person that gave a flying fuck about what he was doing. And he was a DJ, so he was taking like popular rock and metal songs and mixing them together and doing the hip hop DJ stuff to them. And that's fine. It can be cool sometimes, but absolutely the wrong crowd for that when you have a lot of older people there that just don't want their shit fucked with at all. Like that. They're not into that. And two, it was kind of like a drummer with no rhythm, or someone was playing your favorite song and just constantly kept hitting the pause button at really, really bad times. Like that's kind of what he was going.
He kind of just got thrown in there, didn't he?
Yeah, sort of. And I don't know if he was supposed to play twice. So he played before Volbeat, and then he played before Metallica. And I don't think he was supposed to do the second set there. But I mean, whatever. And I mean, Volbeat was fine. I'm not a huge fan of them. And if you don't know Volbeat at all, like they can be pretty painful to sit through live because you absolutely cannot understand their singer at all. Because I think he's from Ireland, I believe. He has an accent to him for sure. Not that they're an awful band, they're just not my thing. But Metallica was great. If you ever get a chance, and you even you're not, Metallica's not your favorite band, but you still enjoy them, I still think it's worth it seeing Metallica, man. That it's my second time seeing them, and that was a spectacle. I mean, the amount of pyro they had, fireworks at the end of the show like it was the 4th of July, just crazy shit. Their stage had just 5 absolutely ginormous screens on it. I mean, it was crazy. The amount of time and crew it probably took to set that stuff up is just immaculate to watch. But I mean, they were fantastic. Lots of energy. For being as old as they are now, well into their 50s, and still playing, a lot of their older stuff, which is really, really fast and all that stuff. They still put on a show. At the end, we ended up walking by their trucks, and I'm pretty sure they had like 15 tractor trailers that they shove their shit in, and they go from city to city.
Yeah, that's got to be some convoy.
Yeah, I was blown away. I mean, they put on a fantastic show. They're highly entertaining live for sure, and they sounded great. Um, we got there really early, and this is unrelated to PlayStation, but it's still fucking cool. We got there like an hour or hour and a half early, and me and our buddy Keith were just sitting there, and we're like, let's start drinking beer, and let's play Mario Kart. So we whipped out Mario Kart, just sat it on my dash, and was playing Mario Kart, drinking beer. It was great. It was great. It's such... When you finally do that with the Switch, my God, I can't even begin to explain how good that feels to do something like that. Like, you're just playing a game of that quality, just wherever the hell you want. It doesn't even matter. It was awesome. Our buddy Keith is like the best average player of Mario Kart I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's not awful, but he's consistently towards the top. He gets screwed out a lot, Mario Kart style. He never, ever ends up winning the Grand Prix, like, in full. He's only won one in the past 2 games out of maybe 100 that we've played. He absolutely destroyed me. And it was you know, it was just funny because he won 3 out of 4 races, and then we played later again, but this time on a TV, and he's like, let's just set it up in handheld mode and give me some alcohol, and I guarantee I'll start winning again. But we didn't do that. But yeah, just want to throw it out there. It's great. If you got a Switch, do that. It's fun.
I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. What PlayStation games did you play this week?
Yeah, I've been playing some shit. Some nice shit, actually. I finished BioShock 2, which was great. Doesn't really have the big twists and turns that the other games have had, but it's still a blast to play through, so finished that. I finished Resident Evil 7.
Oh, yeah, you've been playing that with Keith, haven't you?
Yeah, so we finally just pounded that one out. And that was a blast. That game is really good. It's probably one of my favorite games of the year, for sure, so far. The game is extremely strong in its opening. Then later on, it kind of loses its scariness. Fuck you, spider. Anyways. It loses its scary factor of, like, things don't really scare you, but it has a good atmosphere to it still throughout the game. The last boss fight is absolutely fucking stupid.
But
I was so disappointed in the last boss fight because every other boss fight in the game was so intense and fun. Man, the last one's just lame, dude. It's like, what the hell is this?
Dude, it's...
Yeah.
I like to relate that game to another artistic medium I like to indulge in, and that is pornography. It started out as a really tight romantic kind of deal there, like a couple's porno, and then they just whipped out giant dildos at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can
and
agree with that.
It got ridiculous. Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of liked how it got ridiculous. My personal preference. I like when it goes off the rails. I just wish that gameplay wise they let it go more off the rails towards the end too. I felt like it didn't, like, what was happening didn't match what you were able to do.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting how they connected it to the other Resident Evil games. Yes. So it'll be very interesting to see how they move forward with that. It'll be very interesting to see if they keep this first-person perspective. I think that worked really well for this game. I love the pacing of it. I love the survival aspects of it. I mean, it's a very, very fun game to play and to explore and all kinds of stuff. I loved it, man. I feel the further I get away from it, the more I kind of appreciate it and how much I enjoy it. Some of the characters were just fantastic. The boss fights were fantastic, very memorable to me. Shit. I just blanked what I was going to say, but anyways.
You got the bad ending.
Yeah, so You get to make a choice, and we made the unpopular choice probably. And I will say we did it on two reasons. One, we literally flipped a coin in the air, and two, it landed on a bad choice, and we're like, fuck it. Most people are probably going to pick the other one. Let's just see how this goes. So yeah, we didn't get the greatest of endings, but still, I like the journey that we went on. And so the ending of the game, though, the last bit, I can see it being a pain in the ass. However, we saved all of our grenade launcher ammo and most of our shotgun ammo and stuff towards the end, so we just kind of was able to plow through it. I kind of want to play it again, to be honest with you. It's a game that's kind of built on replayability and difficulty and all kinds of stuff. That Capcom's good at doing that with the Resident Evil games, and yeah, I might do that here sometime. And I kind of want to play the DLC as well.
Maybe
DLC
I should bring up the VR.
Yeah,
month.
I would love to experience this game in VR because
at least the first section of the game is like really solid in VR. It gets a little bit more difficult when towards the end when there are like a lot more enemies. It gets a little more difficult then, but at that beginning section in the first like in the guest house and then in the first bit in the main house, especially when you get out to the garage, man, that in VR seeing that first death.
Yeah. I can imagine. I do want to try it in VR because I think it'll change my whole perspective on this game.
Yeah.
Literally.
And it might also make you a little bit motion sick. I'm not going to lie.
I can imagine.
All right.
So yeah, I played some of that, and then I played a little bit more of Prey.
Just a little bit more?
About 2.5 hours more, I believe.
All right.
2.5, around there. It's looking like I'm gonna have some time this weekend, so I'm gonna really, really dive into it. But I'm heading towards an area called Guts.
Yep.
Going through the psychotronics area, which is really cool. I finally have the ability to maybe invest in alien powers, which sounds fun. That game legitimately creeps me out sometimes. There's times where I've been spooked. I've just kind of let my guard down, been spooked. It's great. I love exploring in that game. Like, it is so good. And I have no shame in saying this either. I'm playing this game on easy. Because what I want out of it is a story, is exploration, and going around the environment. I'm not looking for this intense experience. I'm sure that's fun and brings a whole nother angle to this game, and maybe if I play it again, that's what I'll do. But for now, I'm getting out of it absolutely what I wanted from it, which is
it's
cool.
Not an easy game. It's actually quite difficult on normal.
Yeah, and I'll say even playing on easy, like there's times where I haven't really died much, but there's times where like some of the phantoms and stuff will still cause you trouble. So I would say easy really isn't that easy. Yeah, it is a difficult game for sure. I like it. Did you invest in the alien powers at all?
Yes, I did. I went down both paths. I'm going to do a couple more runs with that game eventually. I'm going to go for that platinum trophy because it's not a hard one to get. It's just multiple playthroughs. But yeah, I really like the alien powers. The alien powers are some of the strongest parts of that game. Yeah,
definitely. And I'm excited to dive into them. I'm just building up a few things that I feel I need, like hacking and repairing and a little bit more health and stuff, but I'm going to absolutely dive into them because they sound fun. It's a really cool game. Right now, like when I stopped last night, I'm staring at a weaver, the first weaver that I ran into.
Oh, all right.
So
I think I know where. Yeah, I know exactly where you are in the guts.
Yeah.
Are you in the guts right now?
No. Okay. I think I'm almost there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. Still in psychotronics, but I'm getting there. There was this one moment where I walked into some room and there was a looking glass thing in there that I could activate, which those things are really cool. Uh, I'm looking forward to finding more of them, but the looking glass thing you have to like calibrate by touching the actual glass, and you touch it a few times, and then this. I'm not even going to spoil it because it scared the living shit out of me because I didn't expect what was about to happen. It was kind of a jump scare type thing, but I was like, oh my goodness. And then I ended up running into a corner and just crying.
Those, yeah, the jump scares in Prey are awesome because there aren't a lot of them. It's just that they're placed well, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's another thing about Resident Evil 7 that I appreciated is that there are a few jump scares in that game, but I feel the further you go on, the less jump scares there are, and it's more just about an absolutely creepy atmosphere of like, I feel like there's something behind that door, and there might be something behind that door, but it's not like you open the door, bam, there's something there. I kind of like that. You know, I feel too many horror games focus on just jump scares, and that shit's lame. Like, atmosphere is always going to be the way to go. To me, so
how do you like the soundtrack in Prey? Because I really I love that soundtrack.
That honestly might be the best part of that game. I try to picture that game without the soundtrack that it has.
Yeah,
like it's a totally different game, and it's not as good to me. Like it is great, and I didn't know that it was done by the same guy who did the Doom soundtrack. That guy's just great, man.
Yeah, he can nail different things. Like just he has it.
Yeah, I mean he's just got a sense. Mark Gordon, I believe, right?
Mick Gordon.
Mick Gordon, yes. He's just got a sense of like feeling that's just great. Of like when this happens, this should happen and sound like this. It's just the vision that guy has for soundtracks is just phenomenal.
I wonder if he's going to be on the next Elder Scrolls soundtrack.
I was wondering that too. I'm like, man, what would he do with an Elder Scrolls soundtrack? That would be interesting. I don't know if he would do it though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's his style, but man, he's proven he can do different things. So
yeah, that's what I've been playing. Looking forward to playing a lot more Prey. It's definitely one of my favorite games of the year. I'm only 4 hours in, so. What about you?
I'm just going to gloss over quickly some of the non-PlayStation games I've played that I want to be on PlayStation. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Been playing that on PC.
Yeah.
Rumor has it they are going to put it out on consoles once it's finished. It'll probably come to Xbox first because they have the preview program over there. But once the game is finished, it'll come to PlayStation, and I am really excited to play that with you guys.
Yeah, I am too. That game looks like a blast to play with people.
It is. I've had a lot of fun in that game.
Yeah.
Even playing solo. It's a different game playing solo in teams. It's amazing. I've come so close to the chicken dinner. So close. Highest I finished is 7th.
Wow, that's still pretty good.
And the circle was like really small, and it was like at the top of a hill, and there was a sniper on top of the hill, and I got fucked.
That's such a genius idea with that, though, because I feel like that would be a very bad experience if the circle that you can play in doesn't change size.
It has to though. Like
I know it does, and it's such a good idea that it does.
All right. Other than that, I've played some of the Quake Champions beta. It's an open beta. NDA's lifted. Fucking love that game. Super fast-paced. Faster than Doom. We've played Doom. And this game is just off the rails, crazy fast, and I love it. I like the weapons. The weapons are really cool. The champions are really cool. I'm particular to the one champion called Slash. She has this ability where she leaves a trail when you activate it, and then you can blow up the trail.
Does she have a top hat and glasses?
No, she's a goth chick.
Okay.
And she's going around on rollerblades. But yeah, that game's really cool, man.
I almost don't think that game's going to come to console. I'll actually be
Yeah,
kind of
I
surprised if it does.
almost.
It just seems too fast paced for consoles.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but I really want it to.
Yeah,
Man, it's a lot of fun. But
looks good.
other than those, I've been going back into Persona 5, man. I'm in that Persona 5 rhythm. I'm in the casino, which any people who have played the game will know that's not really a spoiler. That's just the theme of one of the dungeons, and that doesn't really tell you much about the story. But I'm in the casino dungeon right now. I'm really close to the end of that dungeon, and then there's one more after that.
Mm.
And I am really close to beating this game. And I have a girlfriend now, and she is Makoto.
Oh boy.
Makoto Nijima. She is the love of my life. I will never betray her. Oh, man. I fucking love that game.
That's awesome. How long are the dungeons?
Okay, so it really depends on how...
long?
It depends on if you have balls or not.
Mm.
So basically, when you have a dungeon, if you go into a dungeon, that's basically all you're doing for the day. Because you could play day by day in the game. And you can either choose to spend your time doing dungeons, or you can go make money, do a part-time job. You can also go to... you can also hang out with your buddies, which I like doing, because they're all really cool characters.
There are reasons to do this stuff, like stats or
yes, so
items or...
So when you hang out with your friends, that you gained it was called social links. It's called they're called confidants in this game. But when you level up your relationship with them, if they're a member of your party, they get certain abilities they'll use when you're in dungeons. If they're not in your party, they also have other buffs and boosts that you can use, man. Mm. And they're awesome. Like there's this one doctor chick. You can buy medicine from her, which are your healing items, and you can eventually get a discount on those. You unlock other new items you can buy. There's this one guy who lets you modify your guns.
Mm.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot to this game.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Mm.
You think you'll probably break the 100-hour mark?
Yeah, and this is a game I actually kind of want to platinum, even though it's going to take forever to platinum. Oh, man, but I love it. That game has style. That game is as close to punk rock that you get. It is it's just a bunch of teenage kids rebelling against adult society, man. It's fucking awesome. It's just love that game.
Right on.
But I love you, Makoto. I hope you know that.
So what'd you do to win her over? How'd that go? Did you just go up and say, hey,
yo,
baby?
So I was helping her out. One of her friends had a really shitty boyfriend. And I was like, yo, girl, I'll help you out. And we eventually showed her friend that her boyfriend was a real piece of shit. And through all that, Makoto never had a boyfriend before. Was yeah, I don't know much about love and romance, and I was like, yo, I'll be your study partner. And she was like, oh my god. And yeah, now we're dating. Yeah.
Oh boy, there you go. Have you gave her any French kisses yet?
Oh, I'm giving her all the kisses.
Mmm.
But
hell
that
yeah.
game is game of the year this year is going to be really hard to decide.
I think so too. I mean, it's fantastic, and I think it's only going to get even harder. By the end of the year. It's just been a crazy freaking year so far.
This is probably the best year in games that we've had in a long time.
Yeah. I think, honestly, since 10 years ago, 2007.
Man.
It's a damn solid year. It's only going to get better. All these E3 things are starting to happen. So learn about some exciting stuff. Stoked.
We're talking about Game of the Year candidates. And, let's get into the news and talk about potentially one of the Game of the Year candidates this year, because they started to talk about their game. We are, of course, talking about Destiny 2. They just had a live stream today revealing a lot about their game. I didn't get to watch the live stream, but I went back and watched some videos and stuff. Gameplay-wise, it looks a lot like the original Destiny to me.
Yes.
Which is fine. I like that shooting, the shooting mechanics, all that is really cool. They also came out with new subclasses for each the warlock, the hunter, the titan. Those new subclasses look pretty cool. I especially like the warlock's new subclass, the one with the sword.
Yes.
The Dawnblade.
Gosh. Dawnblade, yes. Dawnblade looks incredible, and I got really excited. I'm a Warlock guy in Destiny. I thought the supers that they had for most of the characters were good, but I always thought the Warlock, I always pointed at the Titans, whether it was the hammers or something, or the hunters having the arc blades or the bow or whatever, and I'm always like, man, Warlocks are cool. I mean, I have Sith Lightning, big bombs. But now, that's the best, coolest looking one. Mm-hmm. To me, I don't know. They all look good. There's another one. The Titans have it's called Sentinel, which is a shield, which I think is pretty damn cool. So they can either kind of block stuff with it, beat the shit out of somebody with it, or throw it at people. Sounds cool.
That sounds a lot like a Marvel character we know.
Yeah, exactly. And then the hunters are getting it's called the Arc Strider, which is a staff, martial arts like stuff going on.
That one was actually kind of the weakest looking one to me.
I think so too, because the hunters had arc blades, and I was kind of like, well, that's a little shitty.
Yeah, but it seems like they're making some improvements. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say a lot because I don't know exactly everything yet, nor do any of us. But they are changing a few things. You're going to have clans now. Well, you did sort of have clans, but they didn't really serve much of a purpose. At least I didn't see much of a purpose for them. But they're also allowing people who choose not to participate in clans to play with clans in this thing called guided play.
Yeah.
Which means you'll be able to team up with a clan who knows what they're doing to do raids and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they're not officially putting in matchmaking for raids or Trials of Osiris, Nightfalls, or whatever, which in the Destiny 1, as it is now, you need to just find a group, and now that stuff is in-game. Before, you had to do it outside of the game. And you can look, like, when you post up in-game with your clan saying we're looking for people or you're opening yourself up, you can look for specific people of like, oh, I need a hunter or whatever. So that's cool. That's a great idea. The idea of clans. I mean, from a high level, this is how I feel about most of this stuff. These are cool improvements that should have been in the first game. Mm-hmm. The idea of clans is a great improvement, especially because, Destiny is community-based, and two, you put yourself in a clan, you can get rewards based off of not only what you do, but what other people are doing. So if you're in a clan with someone that does the raids every week, you'll hopefully get some pretty neat stuff out of it. I don't know what exactly those will be, but I doubt it'll be like exotics or something, but maybe a little something here and there will be cool. But two, you can like customize it and all kinds of stuff. It just gives you more identity. That's something that Destiny 1 kind of struggled with, especially early on, was the identity of what you look like.
But shaders.
And all kinds of stuff. I mean, the shaders made it better, but it needed a little bit more than that. And this is a good way to do that.
It is. One thing they got rid of that I'm so happy about, you don't have to fucking go to orbit anymore.
No.
Jesus. That was
God.
such a stupid thing about Destiny 1. Oh, I can see a ship now, and it gives me a cool looking loading screen. No.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if they completely got rid of ships, period. I mean, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know.
See, I don't have a problem with the ships. It's just that why do you put that extra step of going into orbit?
Right. Yeah, and I just found it funny during a live stream. They're like, yeah, you don't have to go to orbit to go to another planet or anymore. And everybody was like, yeah! And it's like, that's awesome, but that's not something we should really be cheering about because it shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's something that they stressed, is removing barriers. They literally, the quote from Luke Smith was, we want to remove as many barriers as possible so that you can get to the point where it's your gun in an enemy's face. And that's great. That's what they need to do. And the director thing that gets you from place to place looks cool too. It just looks prettier. It looks like it's easier to understand. So that's good. There's 4 new locations in this game. So you got the European Dead Zone, which is on Earth, which apparently they said is the biggest location that they've ever built between Destiny, its expansions, and DLC, and in this. So that's cool. You got Titan, which is a moon for Saturn. Has a nice big old ocean that you'll be able to somehow go around. I don't know how that'll work. You get to go to Nessus, which is overrun by Vex, and you get to aid Cade 6 there, and you get to go to Io, which is Jupiter's moon. No word on if you get to go back to the moon, to Venus.
I almost guarantee you they recycle that content.
Probably, but at least there's new spaces. We'll see how vast these spaces really are.
See, it isn't really about how big these places are. There just wasn't anything to do.
I know.
Like,
I know.
They're not addressing the problem.
Yeah, that is something that they did go into, but I feel they didn't go to enough, as they stressed that, yeah, there's more to do when you're exploring the worlds now. There's these things called lost sectors, which will be like dungeons, and at the end there will be bosses and loot. So that's cool. There's other areas that you'll just be able to explore and points of interest. And they said there's new patrols and public events, and there's now heroic public events. So we'll see how those work. And all that stuff, that's great. That's great. And this gets to my biggest problem with the reveal, is that they just didn't show the gameplay of it. Man, like, if you're going to hold an event like that, show me shit. It started off really cool. It started with an awesome trailer, and then they're just like, let's go. You know, and they showed the opening mission, which was really cool looking to me. And then they just constantly kept going, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. And I feel in the position that they're in, they have to show, not to just tell. And I know Destiny 2 is still 3.5 months out or something. It's still, they want to drip shit out. And we'll see that stuff eventually, but why have an event? You know? This could have been some digitally recorded thing that you just put on your YouTube channel.
I think the whole thing about making an event is getting people there to play the game, but
yeah.
Hey, it's how they want to do it. To wrap up some of the 2 more changes, they're moving competitive Crucible stuff to 4v4 instead of 3v3 or 6v6. They showed off a new map called Midtown, and a countdown game type, which I think is really cool. It's basically they're copying Halo game modes here. This is basically Assault. And they also are changing the way weapons work. There'll be like primary weapons, and like instead of having primary, special, and heavy, they're going to just have 2 weapon categories. Your main weapon is going to be either a kinetic or an energy weapon, And then there's more powerful weapons, which will be like, I guess they're just going to call them, I don't know what exactly they're going to call them. Like power weapons?
I guess so.
But yeah, I guess you're not going to be carrying 3 weapons anymore. They're going to reduce that to 2. At least that's what I'm reading here. Oh,
they had 3.
Okay.
In the demo, or in the gameplay, they had 3.
So like 3 as in like I don't know what they're talking about here though. Like,
I'm pretty sure they had in the gameplay demo they had like 2, regular ass weapons, your machine
like an
guns,
assault rifle or a machine gun.
Yeah, and then they whipped out some rocket launcher, which looked fucking sweet. I don't know, the rocket launcher like
Those
shot
space
little
guns
mini
look good.
rockets. Yeah, I was like, cool. Right on, man. There's gonna be new strikes, new raids, of course. The raid will be probably a Cabal raid, which they've talked about forever. It's been rumored forever. The game looks good. I'm excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it, but they just need to show. They just do. And I will say, watching their presentation stuff, they were I was kind of surprised, pretty honest in that certain things they talked about, like, yeah, we didn't really hit on this. They said only 50% of people finished the first raid. The first raid in the game, only 50%. And they're like, that's just not acceptable because we're making all this content and we put all these barriers in place and people aren't able to access the best part of Destiny. Or one of the best parts. And so they're just removing as many barriers as possible to get people to enjoy the whole thing, which is good. I think their clan system and their guided game system could be cool if it works right, and it could be a nice answer to not having matchmaking for raids. I don't agree with having matchmaking for raids. I just don't think that's good. And they in their presentation, they're like, gaming communities can get extremely toxic in situations like that, and we don't want that to happen. So we're not putting matchmaking in, but this is a way that we could potentially go about it, and that's cool. I think the opening to this game is just kind of hilarious because another thing they just kept stressing is that this is a new beginning for everybody. And it literally is a new beginning. You start the game in the tower, which you probably wasted hundreds of hours possibly of your life sitting around, getting your weapon out, dancing with people while you're waiting for your friends to get their shit done or whatever, and it's literally all falling apart in front of you, and you have to start over. It's interesting for sure.
All right.
I mean, I like the art direction that they're going. It's cool. I'm excited to see more. I don't get the hype train going on this thing. Like, you can look forward to it, but let's just sit back and wait a little bit, see some more. Let's play the game, and if it's fucking where it should be and it's good, then awesome. Let's get excited about it. But I'm still hesitant on some things because, like you said, the worlds, yeah, they can be big, but they're not filled with stuff to do. And if the new stuff isn't fun to do, then that still sucks. So we'll see. Last thing I'll say is I'm interested on the campaign side.
Yeah,
they said this is the most cinematics they've ever created for this game. This game has more story missions than the first game by far. I hope that's not marketing fluff or, press conference speak. I hope that's actually good. I hope the missions are quality missions. Like, that's all I really care about. I'm not expecting like the greatest campaign that I've ever seen. I think just about anything, if it's an improvement over Destiny 1, that'll be good. But there's a lot of potential here, and I hope there's a lot of. But it seems like they're taking certain characters from Destiny 1 and really getting behind them a lot more with like Cade and Zavala and all that stuff, and that's awesome. Get more behind those characters, get people to know them, and hopefully there's more character development with all of them, and that's one piece where I'm really interested on. I know I'll probably put a shitload of time into this game when it comes out. I don't know. What are you excited for it? Because I know you're always a little bit more hesitant than all of us about Destiny. But are you going to jump in on this?
I don't think jump in is the correct term for how I'm going to approach this game. I'm going to let other people dip their toes, see how they feel about it for a while, and then I'll catch up if it looks like it's going to be worth my time. If not, I'm just going to sit here and wait for Borderlands 3.
It might be a little bit on that one. But yeah, no, that's a great idea because, like I'll probably end up jumping in early, Keith will and all that stuff. We'll be playing it for a while if it's good. So, yeah, Destiny 2.
Pre-order for the beta, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they said anything about that, but...
They did. It
okay.
was fucking... I don't know. The ending was just kind of weird. Because instead of ending on a bang and showing you something so cool, Eric Hirschberg from Activision walks out there and he's like, yeah, this game's awesome, man. You're going to buy it and you're going to make me a lot of money, that type of shit. And he's like... And to end this, Destiny 2 is going to be on Battle.net.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's great for the PC world, but like that's not something you end on. Like, why don't you just put that somewhere in the middle and end on some cool gameplay thing? And he's like, yeah, we're having a beta this summer. Like, great, you already told us that. Like, fuck.
All right.
Kind of a bummer ending, but anyways.
Yeah, that is strange. I guess they went to Battle.net so they don't have to pay Steam any money. That makes sense. Yeah,
and also, I mean, seems like Battle.net's pretty reliable.
And it's not even Battle.net anymore. Like, I don't know why he even said that.
It's literally called like the Blizzard launcher. Mm-hmm. Anyways, PC gaming.
Is he even out? He's out of the loop of his own company, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. But
yeah,
there's even more that's coming this year. Holy shit.
Oh.
Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2. Okay, so I just want to say The Crew 2, never thought they'd make a sequel to The Crew.
Me either, man.
But why the fuck didn't they call it Cruisin' USA?
I feel you on that one. I'm just not sure how marketable that is. But at the same time, I don't know if The Crew is really marketable either.
It isn't. It was a complete flop by all accounts that I know of. Like, no one that I know that played The Crew. I think they came out with a beta that we played, and we were like, no,
yeah.
not this. This is not the thing.
Yeah, and then they put out like 2 or 3 expansions for that game. And that's awesome that it's getting a sequel, but I'm just like, who the hell bought this? Because I see nobody talking about The Crew. Literally ever. I'm just a little confused on that. But
yeah,
hey, we'll see.
Oh, man. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
But Far Cry 5, man. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you, the logo is in red, white, and blue.
Rumor, Montana.
Yes.
Not really a rumor, but stupid people said it. Western.
Yeah. Which Ubisoft flat out denied that it's not a Western game, so.
Which it would, like, there was never any, like, chance of this being a Western. Like, why would you even fucking joke about that?
I don't know. What do you feel? How do you feel about Far Cry 5 supposedly launching before the end of Ubisoft's fiscal year? So it'll be out by the end of March. I would imagine this holiday. Mm-hmm. That's when it'll probably be launching. But how do you feel about that.
So there is really nothing to really tell about this game because they showed absolutely nothing. They just confirmed that it exists and it's coming. I want to see, like, is this going to be a modern day Montana? Is this going to be like Native Americans before even like Europeans got here?
Yeah, that could be neat. I don't know.
Like, there are multiple directions this could go. Maybe it's a future. Maybe it's robot dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh man, wouldn't that be crazy?
What if they just did a rip on Horizon?
Which Horizon's
wouldn't be
somewhat of a
realistic.
rip on Far Cry in a way
Yeah,
with certain things. That would be crazy shit.
which none of that would make sense because they don't really look at other people, like they didn't have enough time to make that kind of adjustment. But man, I'm excited. I like Far Cry, but I hope they refine their formula to be a little bit more streamlined, less just go out and do all this, like, these hundreds of things and make it like 30 or 40 things out there that are actually really fun to do, rather than, oh, just go kill this random ass, go find this wild pig that's a different color, go kill this bigger than normal tiger. It's like, come on, Far Cry.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for Far Cry 5. The idea of what it could maybe be. I just get worried on kind of what you said. Like, they gotta reinvent the wheel somehow with this game. Like, Far Cry 3 brought that series to the mainstream in a bigger way than what it was. That was great. Far Cry 4 was still a good game, but it was a lot like Far Cry 3. And you went, okay, that's fine, because Far Cry 3 was great. But the next one you got to do something different with. And then they put out Far Cry Primal. And it was like, all right, sure. That game wasn't for everybody. I love that game, and it's really not the greatest game in the world. But Ubisoft games make for great drinking games because you can zone the fuck out. You just drink. And you don't even know what the hell happened, but you just did that. It was great. You just had an amazing day, and all of a sudden, 4 hours are gone. So I'm more excited for the idea of that than I am for Far Cry 5. Actually, we'll see. Yeah, E3 is when that'll get revealed. The next Assassin's Creed is supposed to launch this year too. They did say that that'll be revealed at E3. They said that too.
Is it going to be Egypt?
Yeah, I think so. The rumor is Assassin's Creed Origins is what the title is called.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they do with that, with taking a year off and all that stuff. Just, again, how are they going to reinvent the wheel? Like, Assassin's Creed Syndicate was cool, but give me something just a little bit more fresh and new. So we'll see.
I'm still trying to think if I really need to play an Assassin's Creed.
Unless they do something dramatically different, no. You don't. And that's the thing. Assassin's Creed could be so awesome. Same with Far Cry, but they just kind of pumped these games out a little bit too quick to the point where, like, they'll kind of very rarely be Game of the Year contenders, I feel, anymore. Where, when Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood was out, it was like you could make a legitimate case of that being Game of the Year because they were just amazing games. But now they just feel a little bit tired. But if they reinvent the wheel, we'll see. In other Ubisoft news, though, South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to put that on the list.
October 17th.
Yeah.
Excited for that one.
We'll see if that's a
Hopefully they
real
hold
release date.
Yeah. I mean, this game had a release date of December 6, 2016, and it's going to be launching 10 months later. That's crazy. And I mean, the Stick of Truth took forever to come out, too. But I'm excited for that one. That game looks really, really good. So.
You still get the Stick of Truth if you pre-order that?
Yes.
I might have to do that because I never played the Stick of Truth.
Oh my gosh, dude! You got to, especially as you're an RPG guy. That is a great RPG, and it's an RPG that'll literally take you 10 hours.
All right.
It's like I just had this absurd journey, and literally when I mean absurd, And the gameplay is really cool. The only thing I think about the Stick of Truth is that it's way too easy.
Okay.
Like even playing on the normal difficulty, it's like this is so fucking easy. It's kind of shitty. Like you just get into a groove. I was a mage, but you could be a Jew.
I'm definitely gonna be a Jew. just because that's an option, I'm going to be a Jew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man. And that's not to say that I don't like Jewish people or anything. I'm not making any kind of statement on the actual religion of Judaism. I'm just saying that in a game, if they're going to make a character class called Jew, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They're just going to put it right there. I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I agree. I literally thought of these as we were talking about Destiny. These are more just PSAs for people. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, November 17th. So Lego Marvel Superheroes is probably one of the better Lego games. Make a sequel to that one. Be pretty damn cool. I'm excited for that one. Apparently no mutants are in this one, which kind of stinks because the first game had X-Men. I don't know anyways. But I know you'll be excited for this one. June 27th, Elite Dangerous and its season pass comes to PlayStation 4.
Yes. I meant to. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to put that in or not. If people are interested, but yeah, a quick PSA on that. Yeah, it's coming, and I've played it before on other platforms. And we're in for a treat. Well, I am. It's a very technically challenging flight simulator in space. I'm not sure if you're gonna get into it or not, but that's something I like. That's a game you can zone out on. That's a game you can just like, oh, there's this bounty board, there's this mission board. I can just go out and like, I can go out and mine some minerals. I can go out and just carry the shipment to another space station, and just flying in that game's fun for me. And they've added a lot to that game, so the season pass definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Any other PSAs you got for me?
Nope.
Hoss?
That was it.
All right. Well, we both played Life is Strange, and it looks like we're gonna get another game in that vein, another like kind of a sequel, I guess. They didn't say it's gonna be Life is Strange 2, but Don't Nod is going to make another game like that. And side note, Life is Strange, 3 million people played that game. Which, yeah, that's good for a small studio like that, getting 3 million people to play your game. I really liked Life is Strange. I think you liked Life is Strange.
I love Life is Strange. Man, it's one of my favorite games of this generation, for sure.
Had a really cool story. I'm going to look more into this as we get more news, but we don't know much about it. Don't Nod's also working on another RPG called Vampire. But I'm really looking forward to another Life is Strange.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they connect it to the first game with the same characters somehow, or if it's just something completely different, which I could be game for. Like, I don't really care. I just want a good story.
I'm just imagining the idea of these two girls going across the country and this hurricane following them.
Slowly staying with them. Yeah. Life is Strange took the Telltale formula and just did it way better. It was just way more interesting, and the choices were better. They mattered. Even small things that you didn't think mattered. Like, fantastic game.
Yeah, I'm
excited for a sequel to that.
And it doesn't do that whole, at least I don't remember it much, so-and-so will remember that.
Yeah.
Which I just think is like the corniest thing. Like, why would you do that giveaway on the Telltale game? Like, why would you give that away that's going to impact something? I think it's much more meaningful when it does impact something and you didn't know it was going to.
Exactly. Because, some people might be like, well, shit, I don't want to piss that character off, so now I'm going to restart. And that's not what your original thinking was, whereas with Life is Strange, you just kept going.
Let people realize the kind of person they are. Don't let them editorialize their decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely play Life is Strange. It seems like it's on sale fairly often for like $5 or $10 the whole season. And it's very good.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're talking about good games. Let's just keep talking about good games. We got Overwatch. They're having an event to celebrate their anniversary.
Mm.
There's going to be a free weekend. A lot of noobs are going to be playing. We're going to kick their asses. They're coming out with a Game of the Year edition that's going to come with some loot boxes and some skins. And man, I'm excited. I'm not sure did they really reveal what like the event's actually going to entail?
No, they haven't. They just said May 23rd, mark your calendars, save the date for an event.
I think they also mentioned that they're going to add just regular loot to put in the regular loot boxes. They're adding more loot to those boxes, which is cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm really excited to see what this event is. They're actually adding a few maps for the 3v3 arena mode. They revealed 3 maps from existing maps already, so we're not going to get really new maps. But it'll probably just be hashes of Dorado, Eichenwald, and the Temple of Anubis.
Yeah. Which is cool.
We haven't really played much 3v3.
No. We should try that sometime, because it is honestly a lot of fun.
The thing is, we usually have at least 4 people playing at a time, though. That's the only thing that's been stopping us.
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see how these maps turn out, because they only have 1, I believe, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So. I know, like, when they had that Year of the Rooster event, it was just capture the flag on... God, I'm blanking on the map. Anyways, it was just 1 map that whole event was on. Now, capture the flag is a mainstay. You can play it whenever you want. And they have it on a variety of different maps. And that plays a lot differently on other maps. Like, during the event, you really got the 1 map down of, like,
well, there were actually 2 maps in the event.
Was there?
Yeah.
Because I remember it was just the 1 map, but like 3 different sections of it.
Oh yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
now,
I was thinking.
Now they have it on multiple sections of different maps, and it just plays completely differently. So we might have to try that sometime too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like how they kept that in. Like, they have an arcade section where you can go back and replay old stuff, like game modes that you don't really encounter in the regular run of play. I like how they save those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this event. We're probably gonna play it. We're probably gonna have another edition of the Payload for you soon.
Yep. Nothing this week, but soon for sure.
If you're interested in betas, that sort, I didn't actually put the other beta in, but there's also a beta for Windjammers that's going out soon.
Yep.
You can sign up for that, but there's going to be an open beta for Gwent, the Witcher card game. That's going to be available on PlayStation 4. You'll be able to play that starting next week on May 24th. Yeah, kind of excited. I like the idea of Gwent in The Witcher 3. I think that a standalone collectible card game that is going to be a good idea, and I want to play it. I like a good CCG.
Yeah, this is a freaking great idea. There's probably so many people out there that just played Gwent in The Witcher, or that's where the majority of their time was. So this is just a great idea. Also, with The Witcher, they're developing a Netflix series.
So, all right, let's just talk about that for a hot minute here. The Witcher Netflix series. Who do you think it's going to be about? Because I kind of want it to be about Dandelion, and there's no better actor to play Dandelion than Johnny Depp. He already looks like Dandelion.
Yes, and he would fit Johnny Depp very well. I think the only problem you run into there is a budget to have Johnny Depp, because having Johnny Depp probably cost more than your whole fucking show.
I know. But man, that's a fantasy world I live in.
Yeah.
Where Johnny Depp just plays Dandelion and we get the adventures of Dandelion.
I think having Sirius as a central character is kind of important, if possible. That, and also just more of like Geralt and Yennefer's relationship. I think having a TV series that could go deeper into that could be wild.
That little love triangle they have with Triss.
Yeah. And two, I mean, that world is just ripe for stories, man. And just crazy, brutal shit.
Yeah. The original creator of The Witcher, Sapkowski, or I forget how to say his name. He's actually going to be working on this show. Well, with this show. I'm not sure if he's actually writing it, but he's going to be a story consultant for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which I didn't know he makes literally $0 off of the games because of
he was like
believe in video games when he
Yeah.
sold the rights to CD Projekt, and now they went on to sell millions and millions of copies. He's probably like, fuck. So when Netflix approached him for this, or however that went down, he's like, I absolutely need to be involved with this. So I'm excited for that. My only concern is budget. I just think you need to commit a nice solid budget to be able to pull off a Witcher series, which is why I was feeling like HBO or Stars or something a little bit more premium might be the way to go with it, because they can throw more money at it. But I mean, Netflix, they have some dollars. Yeah, it's still so far off.
Yeah.
Probably. And I won't even be surprised if it doesn't even happen, to be honest with you. But the idea of it is like, please give me this.
Yeah. I like The Witcher. I might go back to it so I can play the Blood and Wine without it fucking out on me.
Oh, man. You should, dude. That's a story. That's a story in that.
So let's go to some news that turned my head a little bit. Devolver Digital is going to have an E3 press conference.
Yeah.
You heard that right. Devolver Digital, this publisher of a shit ton of indie games. Like, I can't even begin to list all of them, but most recently, Strafe. They published that game. And man, they have an eye for like good indie games. They reach out and find them and they publish them, and man. But I don't know how they're going to hold an E3 conference or how they afforded the time.
Yeah. This one I kind of went, with too. It's interesting. They haven't revealed like when it's going to happen, like the timing or anything. But yeah, I mean, the Devolver Digital is a really cool publisher because they find a lot of cool indie games and stuff. So I think they will have no problem showing stuff off. It's just, is that stuff on the scale for E3? Like, indies are cool. I love them, and they're a nice place at E3. But E3, for the most part, I feel is about AAA big stuff. So I'm just hoping in a little curious on, well, if Devolver Digital goes and does their thing on, say, Monday, or even if they go Sunday, like that, yeah, they might show off some cool shit, but they might just completely get drowned out by everybody else. But who knows? Maybe they have so much cool stuff that it wouldn't even matter, and you'll still be talking about them regardless. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I always thought of Devolver as being like one of those companies that just goes on other people's stages because they have cool stuff to show there. But
yeah, and they've been on Sony's stage a few times, showing off some stuff. But fuck it, why not? Maybe they publish a lot of indie games, but maybe they have a lot of really high profile indie games that they believe in, and they kind of are hoping to take their own publishing brand to a whole nother level to maybe get some bigger stuff or something. I don't know.
Yeah. E3 is strange.
It is.
It's getting strange because ever since Bethesda started having their own conference, it's just been getting weirder.
It is. It's absolutely gotten weirder. It's just this weird race to break away from people and stuff, which is fine, but maybe it's just a nostalgic part in me just gets a little sad on that because I'm going to miss that Monday, man, of just nothing but conferences almost all day. It's going to make me a little sad, but hey, in between, we can make love.
Yeah,
since there's like 5 or 6 hours in between all these conferences now.
Yeah, we can have a good sex, shower up, and get ready for the next conference.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll be able to sex twice.
Yeah, maybe. I will not be able to confirm that I might have a lot of alcohol that day.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
Keith needs to finish his fucking Jaeger, dude. He's had this Jaeger in my fridge since E3 last year.
What? That is gross.
He was drinking it 2 weeks ago.
Is that stuff even any good still?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He shows up at my house with 2 Red Bulls. He's like, fuck it. He makes his own Jaeger bomb still. And I'm like, okay.
E3,
I mean,
man.
There's a new rule, though. Like, if you're leaving shit in my house, it is fair game after a little while.
That's how it should be.
I will start consuming it myself.
That's absolutely how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it is in my house. If, like, people put... So, my roommates use the fridge a lot. They use up a lot of fridge space. I usually have, like, one little section where I put, like, maybe a 12-pack of Mountain Dews or something like that in the fridge, and I'm like, all right, I can deal with that. But if they just keep piling there, I'm just going to start drinking their stuff. That's just how it goes.
Yep, exactly.
While we're on the topic of E3, the public passes, which they sold for the first time this year, have actually sold out. $250 per ticket, and they sold every single one of them. There's going to be a lot of disappointed people standing in line.
Yeah. Well, I'm very curious to hear and read on how this turns out for the public and what people's reaction is to it. Because, yeah, you won't be playing a lot of the cool stuff that will probably be on the stages of these publishers. You'll be playing some, but not all. I'll be honest with you. I thought this would sell out a lot quicker than it did.
I think this is the first time and the last time they do this. That's my prediction.
We'll see. I know, like, Jeff Keighley is now involved with the ESA. Jeff Keighley, the guy who plans the Game Awards every year and stuff, and his initiative there is to make E3 more consumer-facing.
Make E3 great again.
Yeah. Pretty much. And, you know, he's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about. So we'll see, like, how he might change E3. Because for E3 to survive as a show that people go to play video games, I'm not talking about the conferences, like, it needs to be open to the public in some way. You know, they need
I
to
just
make
think $250 a ticket is pretty steep for what you're getting.
It is. Oh, it absolutely is. It should not, to me, it should not be anything more than $150 at least. I mean, what? PAX is nowhere near. What was PAX?
Oh man, I think that was like it was like $30 a day, I think.
Yeah, it was like $100 for the whole weekend almost. So yeah, I know PAX. You know, you're not getting all the big AAA games and stuff there, but there's a lot more shit to do there than I'm sure there'll be at E3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got some sad news. Sad for me, at least. Ace Combat 7 delayed. I was really looking forward to it, but it's being delayed to 2018 for some more polish and optimization. But man, I want it. I want it so bad. I want to play it in VR.
I saw this story and I knew you were weeping somewhere.
I am so sad about this because I want Ace Combat 7. Ace Combat is one of the game series that I just grew up with and I loved it. Like, you don't play these flight simulators. I don't know anyone else of my close friends that plays flight simulators. But I just love Ace Combat, man. I love it. But
I just never played them, really. So
maybe if you can get your hands... wait, you put your PS3 away, so shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think there's an Ace Combat on PlayStation 4.
No, I don't think there is. I think this will be the first one.
Yeah. Man,
I
really
honestly
want it.
didn't even know it was supposed to come out this year. To be honest with you.
Well, I was hot on it, and now I'm weeping. Tears.
It's okay. It's okay. Someday it'll come out, and it'll hopefully be all the glory that you're hoping it'll be.
Man. All right. Well, you know what? I'm just, I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Let's go over to NPD. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
I don't care. We got numbers for you. Numbers about games sales, and we got a list of the top 10 best-selling games of April 2017. These do include games from other platforms, as you will find out. Tyler, you want to get us this list?
Yes. And number 10, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Not Black Ops 3. Black Ops 2 from 2012.
Which recently just got backwards compatibility on Xbox One.
Yeah, so that's the cause for that there. Number 9, Overwatch. 8, NBA 2K17. 7, Mass Effect Andromeda hanging in there, which is good. 6, Grand Theft Auto 5. 5, Ghost Recon Wildlands. 4, MLB 17, The Show. 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2, Persona 5.
Yeah,
number
baby.
1, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, Mario Kart was on the market for literally 2 days. Which is crazy. That's number 1.
Those Switch
Persona 5
owners are thirsty.
Yeah, they are. And Persona 5, though, that's just great for that game. It really is.
Yeah,
awesome
you don't normally see a
high.
JRPG up there. Like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah. And, take Mario Kart out of just having just insane numbers that I really don't think anyone expected them to be that good. And Persona 5 is definitely the best-selling game of the month. It's cool.
It's
interesting to see Ghost Recon Wildlands still hanging in there. Number 5.
Yeah.
A lot of people are.
Yep. That
digging
Ubisoft
that
formula,
game.
some people are still addicted to it.
Yeah. Overall, mostly because of the Switch, console sales numbers were up 37% year over year. Software sales were up 6% year over year. And the industry drove the highest April hardware dollars since April 2011. So even since like the PS4 and Xbox One launched. So that's crazy. It's good. It's good for the industry.
Yeah. More competition. Oh, boy. See if any of the games that launched this week might be in the next NPD. I'm not so certain that any of them will be, but there are a few that might. And I think one of them is a fighting game.
Yes.
I'll start us off here with Arcade Archives, Neo Geo Overtop. Overtop is a racing game released by SNK in 1996. Players participate in breathtaking races through urban areas, mountainous regions, and snowy roads. The courses also feature weather variations to add more variety to the game.
Next up is Akiba's Beat on PlayStation 4 and Vita, digital and retail.
I did this on purpose.
Asihi, oh god, Asihi Tachibana is a simple, jobless nerd living a lazy, cozy life in Tokyo's infamous otaku mecca, Akihabara. To him, every day is Sunday. But now, thanks to a time loop, every day really is Sunday. What's more, people's delusions are manifesting in reality, and only Asahi and his newfound friends are even aware that anything is amiss. Can they set things right, or will Akiba be beat?
I think that's pronounced Akiba.
Yes, probably. Dude, I'm really bad with those. I apologize.
No, I did that on purpose because you need to practice saying Japanese stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh yeah, here we go. This is a short write-up here for you. Baya Latino? Bela Latino? I don't know how that, if it's meant, whatever. It's spelled Baila. Latino.
Yeah.
A fun dance game for all your family and friends.
That's fantastic. That artwork is just killer.
Yeah. Looking like they're having a good time.
Yeah. Next up is Black and White Bushido on PlayStation 4 Digital. Black and White Bushido is 1 to 4 player stealth 'em up arena brawl. Choose between light and the shadow in 3 challenging game modes. Hide with your camouflage. Throw shurikens.
Shurikens.
Shurikens. Shoryuken. Is that Street Fighter?
That's Hadouken?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking of something related there. And drop smoke bombs to beat your friends locally or online.
I love to beat my friends locally.
Beat them off?
Yes. Here we have Chroma Squad out on PlayStation 4 digitally. Chroma Squad is a tactical RPG about 5 stunt actors who decide to quit their jobs and start their own Power Rangers-inspired TV show. Cast actors, purchase equipment and upgrades for your studio, craft weapons, and build giant mechas out of cardboard and duct tape. Once the cameras are rolling, control your cast of 5 colored jumpsuit-clad warriors in dramatic, turn-based battles.
Oh boy. Next up is Demo, the last recital on Vita Digital. Demo, the last recital, is a rhythm music game in which the player must hit notes to the melody of the music. No shit. That's what rhythm music games are. Enjoy the rich storytelling as well as tons of DLC content. That's what I want to enjoy before I buy a game, is the rich DLC content. Thanks. All right.
Here, next up is the big VR game of the week, Farpoint, which I'm not sure if this is good news or not, but when I went to Amazon to buy this game, they were sold out of the bundle with the aim controller. So that might be good news for how it's selling, but I want that damn thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Farpoint is a riveting VR space adventure set on a hostile alien planet. On a mission to pick up scientists studying an anomaly near Jupiter, a sudden rupture nearby sends you and their station crashing into an unknown alien world. Separated from your colleagues, you must use holographic logs scattered throughout the landscape to reunite with the scientists and escape the planet. Played this at PSX. Loved it.
Yeah. I'm like, the reviews turning out pretty solid of this game.
Yeah, so. It's the controller, fucking brilliant. I love that aim controller.
I just hope that controller doesn't turn people off in terms of dollars.
Mm-hmm. I hope that controller is used in a lot more games too. Like, it needs to be. You can't just release a controller for one game. Yeah.
Next up is Future Unfolding on PlayStation 4 Digital. Future Unfolding is an action adventure that is all about exploration. Your goal is to unfold the mysteries and solve the puzzles hidden in the beautiful landscapes around you. I guess when you're unfolding the mysteries, your future is unfolding.
Man, okay. Hakuki. Hakauki? I think it's Hakauki. Kyoto wins. The remastered telling of the beloved visual novel Hakuki forces on the story set in Kyoto. The young Shizuru, determined to find her father, will romance the famous samurai of Shinsengumi through a series of engaging stories in this historical fantasy adventure.
Boom. I think we both need to learn some Japanese there.
See, that's the only vowel thing that really fucks me up when it's a UO in Japanese. Like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I obviously don't know what that is. I'm bad at that shit. Injustice 2 on PlayStation 4, digital and retail. It's the big game of the week. Power up and build the ultimate version of your favorite DC legends in Injustice 2. With every match, you'll earn gear to equip, customize, and evolve your roster. This game looks really cool. It has a way better story from the sounds of it than any of DC's recent movies.
Yeah, the only thing is, I've played the first Injustice. I just don't... Other than the story, I'm not sure what's drawing me to Injustice 2. Like, I feel like I already have my superhero fighting game.
Well, this game has loot, Frank.
Yeah, I get it.
Every game has loot now.
Okay. Fine. It has fucking loot. Okay? Jesus. I don't... it's just the thing where, like, I'm not sure if I needed another Injustice, but hey, if that's your thing, it's out this week.
I don't know how... I mean, Ed Boon is just a legend in the gaming industry, creating Mortal Kombat and just... Literally all that guy does is make fighting games. And he cranks them out to like pretty good success and quality. I don't know how he just continues to just do fighting games his whole career, but that's awesome.
Here we have Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas, not the Uncharted Seas. Explore the islands of Uncharted Seas. A world filled with many dangers, puzzles, and secrets. Fight monsters, learn to use magic, and discover ancient treasures which will help you on your quest.
This game's on PS4 right now, but this is the Vita version. Basically, it's the Wind Waker, which is not a good game to model yourself after. Unpopular opinion, I think Wind Waker, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, is a garbage video game.
Oh.
Most people would disagree with me and want to fight me on that. But, anyways, Operation Babel, New Tokyo Legacy on Vita, digital, and retail. Continue the story of Operation Abyss and defend near-future Tokyo from a new threat in this dungeon-crawling RPG. When a mysterious object, dubbed the Embryo, appears in the sky, the CPA in the X Squad are mobilized to face the new threat, venture into challenging new labyrinths, and create the perfect team to challenge each threat.
Next up, we have Seasons After Fall on PlayStation 4 digitally. Seasons After Fall is a 2D platform puzzler game that will let you dive into a captivating universe and explore a land governed by magic and nature. Using your ability to change the seasons, you can alter the world around you to freeze bodies of water in winter, grow plants in summer, and more.
Next up is Shadow Warrior 2 on PlayStation 4 digital. I did not know that this game was coming to PlayStation 4 anytime soon. Shadow Warrior 2 is a stunning evolution of Flying Wild Hog's offbeat first-person shooter, following the further misadventures of former corporate Shogun No Wang. Shadow Warrior 2 is very Borderlands-ish. There's loot, there's guns,
interested.
There's co-op. You go around and shoot the shit out of stuff. It looks interesting. Potentially.
I might guinea pig on this. I might be our group's guinea pig on Shadow Warrior 2.
Yeah. I mean, it does look cool, and I think it could be a good co-op experience. We'll see.
Let's see. We're close to the end here. Next game is Skylar and Pluck's Adventure on Clover Island. Skylar and Pluck's Adventure on Clover Island is an enthusiastic revival of the legendary 3D platformer game with classic gameplay, playful gadgets, and a light-hearted story set in a gorgeous, colorful world reminiscent of childhood adventures.
Okay. The Surge on PlayStation 4 Digital. Welcome to Creo, the mega corporation saving our world. A catastrophic event has knocked you out during the first day on the job. You wake up equipped with a heavy-grade exoskeleton in a destroyed section of the complex. Robots gone haywire, insane augmented coworkers, and rogue AI, everything once you're dead. This is basically sci-fi Dark Souls by the people that made Lords of the Fallen.
All right.
So.
Okay. The last game on the list here is Tango Fiesta. Tango Fiesta is an action-packed top-down shooter for 1 to 4 players, set in a world where the events from every single 80s action film ever made actually happened to one unlucky hero, John Strong.
I love that art. It's great.
Yeah. Man. It's been a week.
It has. You could chill out and watch Logan, which is...
Yeah, I'm sure that's a real chill film.
Yeah. It's a great movie. Paramore put out a new album. I didn't know that they still made music, but that's cool.
Yeah, they're a little different now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are not the same band that you used to listen to.
Oh, like how so?
Like, a lot more poppy.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
Any games you looking forward to other than playing Prey this weekend?
Not much. I'm just hoping to get a chance to play Prey. That's what I want. So, what about you?
According to howlongtobeat.com, I have about 30 hours left in Persona. So, there's that. I also recently just bought... there's a bundle on the PlayStation Store right now for Darksiders War Mastered and Definitive. Basically, the first 2 Darksiders games remastered. And I also... I think that was like... I want to say... That was actually only like $20.
Oh. I'm going to check that out.
I also picked up Warhammer End Times Vermintide, which is a game I pointed out in our little group chat as a game we might want to play co-op if we can all pick up used copies. I'm gonna be a little guinea pig on that, see if that's any good, see if I can, in good faith, recommend it. Because we don't really have a co-op game we're playing right now.
Not really. Not co-op. Basically, all we play is Overwatch.
Anymore. And I'd like to get back into some co-op stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to go back to Borderlands.
That's not a bad idea. Really isn't. We never killed the Thresher Maul.
No, we never did. We never killed any of the big bosses.
Yeah.
Although I did solo the one in the pre-sequel. I soloed that one.
Man, we dropped off that game like a rock. We finished it, and I don't think we ever touched it again.
Yeah,
in our
which
co-op playthrough.
Isn't like we didn't like that game. It's just that we moved on to other things.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, man. All right. So, yeah. I think it's time to close out the show here, Tyler. It's been a good week. Well, it's been a week.
Yes.
It's been good doing a show with you.
Yes.
And if you're out there listening to the show right now, watching the show, we thank you for that. And if you want to help us, you can give us reviews on your podcast service, particularly iTunes. You can leave us comments on how we can improve the show. And if you have questions, you can send them to our email address, PlayStationReportPodcast@gmail.com, or on Twitter @PSReportPodcast. You can find me at the Arctic Sloth, and you can find Tyler and this YouTube channel's Twitter account @PluggedOnVids. You can subscribe here, follow them, Give us all those thumbs up. Share it with your friends. We like it when you do that. Hey, man. You know what? I don't really have an outro. Like, there's no real outro sequence we can do. Man. You have anything?
No.
Fuck it. We're really bad at this. Goodbye.
Fuck it. We're doing it live.
But we're not. We're not doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We
in real
could
life,
do it live.
Live in front of people.
We could, but we're not going to.
True that.
We'll catch you all next week. Have a good one. Be nice to each other. And we're out.